From the venerable class of 1923 arena on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania, one of the original homes for the training of the Philadelphia Flyers, SFBN.com. And the Colonial States Collegiate Hockey Conference are proud to bring you men's Division II ice hockey action today. Drexel is taking on Seton Hall. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Daryl Dobis with you here. First time we get a chance to meet and greet each other. Glad to be with you here on a hot but beautiful Sunday afternoon in Pennsylvania. Just underway, a shot coming from the left point at wrister, coming from the stick of Jack Lemire. And just getting a piece of that one was Michael Guadagnino. Goes up into the netting and out of play, and we'll get a stoppage just that fast. We'll get a face-off just to the left. In the circle, up to left point. Now the wrister, that one goes off the waffle board again, coming off the stick of Lemire. Into the corner, hustling after it'll be Nathan Silberman. Silberman lost in the corner, gets wrapped behind the net, chasing after it will be Alan Pan. Tries to clear it out, kept in at the left point there once again by Jack Lemire. Pinned in the corner, Pan fighting there with Silberman. Seton Hall in the road blue-white trim. Drexel coming in as a shot through traffic. That one had to be steered away once again by Guadagnino. Another one, that one turned aside. He didn't know where it went. 4 shots already, 4 saves for Seton Hall. Drexel wearing the pink here, breast cancer awareness. Drexel, see how their legs are. So far, so good. They're coming off of a win last night over the College of New Jersey, 7-2, as the puck loose in the right circle, a turnaround shot. And that one gloved and hung on to, and already 5 shots put on cage. Everyone stopped. Not even 2 minutes gone by, and Seton Hall already on their heels. Still waiting for action on the far side. Trace Wiles, young man from Richardson, Texas, who gets the call in cage for Drexel. And maybe he'll see some action here as into the zone, but they're going to say offsides. And actually, we're going to have a penalty. And it looks like we're going to get a hook. And we're going to get a Drexel player off already. And we're going to get Zachary Jones off for a hook. So that'll come at 2:13 of the first. And Seton Hall, with its first power play opportunity here of the contest. And a stoppage of play, we'll get another face-off here. This time it'll be to the right of Wiles. Dylan Williams will take this draw for Seton Hall and lose it. Already 4 face-offs won here by Drexel. Puck kept in the zone. Planting himself there in the middle is Spinelli. Lucas Spinelli waiting for a rebound. Nothing coming yet. Left point waiting. Turnover. Out with it will come Drexel. Drifting back was Matthew Lauren, who's the one who turned it over. Drexel trying to get a shorty. Nothing they can do. They turn it over into the left corner. Pinching in to keep it in will be Stephen Basin. Getting there first, however, will be Liren Ullman. Ullman, pocket picked. That's Basin again. Basin 1-on-3, killing time. There's still 1:13 left to go in the hooking liner to Zachary Jones. Over the line is Williams. Williams wraps it around, looking for a pass in the middle. Nothing there. Will go left point. All the way across, goes off the stick of Lauren. Lauren holding, he'll switch places as he trades with Ullman. Ullman, right point. Has room, decides to shoot. That one goes wide of Wiles. Ricochets all the way up to the left point. Going there to get it is Lauren. Lauren, a little backhand pass outside the left circle. Now he's straight away. Flipped into the corner. Chasing after it there will be Edwards Jr. Getting there first will be Drexel. And they'll send it out, and they will send out a line change. Heading out first will be Dylan Flexer. 20 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Hustling out with it, Sean Donlin. Donlin over the line, 2-on-3, shuffled in front. Trying to get a poke at it on Wiles, can't do it. Wiles will cover up. 9 seconds left to go on the man advantage. So far killed off pretty well here by Drexel. And while a kind of easy one there, that'll be the first save for Wiles. Another face-off one here by Drexel. Drexel will kill off. Penalty clock is not running. Finally ran, at least 5 seconds, if not more, ran off before the clock started to run. Finally it does. Power play is over, so failed power play for Seton Hall there. Back to even strength. Drexel will flip it out of their zone. Gets punched back in, trying to go after it there will be Josh Search. Drexel back out with it. Flying down the left side, dumping it into himself. Chasing there will be Flexer. Flexer gets ridden into the boards by Donlin. Donlin will pick it up and carry it out himself. Donlin, rink wide pass. Carrying it up will be Nicholas Zumo. Zumo will dump it in and he'll go off on a partial line change. Flipped up the right boards. Pan worried more about the body of a Drexel player than the puck. So Drexel is able to pick it up here. We have 5 minutes gone by in the first. Still no score here at the University of Pennsylvania. Puck bounces off the hand of Owen Mendham. And then ricochets right in on goal where Wiles will glove it and hang on and say, let's slow some things down here. Seton Hall played on Friday. They played here. You saw that game right here on YouTube. Again, brought to you by the good folks here at SFBN. And Penn shutting out Seton Hall. 3-0. Coming out of the neutral zone, skating with some speed is Basin. Centering pass, that one tipped out of the slot and sent it behind the net. Swinging it around to the left boards, there was Seton Hall. Pinching in to keep it in is Flexer in the corner. 2-on-1, Seton Hall wins that battle, but the puck is won by Drexel. Rink wide and off the skates. And out to the neutral zone, trying to flip it back in. There was Lemire. Lemire sends to the neutral zone. It's sent in. They're going to say no icing. So having to play it will be Flexer. Flexer will wrap it around the boards just off the bench to get his Jordan Sprung. Young man from Glenside, PA. Dump back in, line change finishing up. As coming off the bench is Evan Eisler to complete the line change, along with number 10, Corey Held. Loose puck, low slot, turn around, hacking at it, whacking at it, flips over the goal. And behind the net, Drexel now with it. Outside left circle, pass coming down the slot. Unable to get a stick on it cleanly was Pierce McGinley. Into the left corner. 2-on-2 scrum there. Able to get it out was Lauren. Lauren runs into a Drexel player. Loose puck gets hammered back into the zone deep behind the net. Drexel with a 1-3 look here right now. Now a 2-2 look, trying to keep it in. They get the turnover pass in front. Went right in through the blue paint. Unable to get a piece of it was McGinley. Long diagonal pass, trying to get to it is Lucas Spinelli. Spinelli couldn't get to it. He does pick the pocket, though, of Held. Gets the turnover, but Drexel all over that one as Flexer able to help his teammate out. He'll wrap it around, trying to get it to McGinley. McGinley, it's out of his reach. It's flipped in from the left point. That one saved there by Wiles. And brought out by Drexel, and then getting hammered and losing the puck. And breaking his stick in the process. It's an expensive broken stick there for Drexel. Wiles all of a sudden with 4 saves. Nothing real tough, but a couple good shots have been put on him here in the last couple minutes as 8 minutes have gone by here in this scoreless first. Drexel trying to come out with it. Loose puck right on the face-off dot. Back the other way. 3 Pirates punched in. Just a little flutterer right in on Wiles, and he comes out to cover up. And he will hang on. Shots now 5 aside. After that simple little one coming in on goal from Joseph Paulskill. Paulskill, the 5'7", 145-pound forward from Chicago, Illinois. Is that face-off won by Drexel. Up the left boards. Between the legs, out with it will be Basin. Basin into the corner. Has Jones on the left side. Basin wiped out by 2 different Pirates. Pass out in front, that got smothered. Backhander goes through the slot. Jones wasn't there, he vacated his spot, but he's able to get it on the left boards. Jones holding, begging for it up top. Cross it goes. Opportunity here now for Lamar. Lamar's shot. Oh, tried to go 5-hole, went a little bit high. Stacking the pads was Guadagnino. And he will hang on. 11-11 left in the first. Seton Hall has been a participant the last few years in the Colonial States playoffs. Hasn't been able to get to the final, however, as a center pass in front. Man gets knocked down as a check from Williams. Nearly put a Drexel player into the net. That was Andrew Walsh. Penalty upcoming. It's a delayed penalty. Probably a cross check there as Walsh nearly went into the net. Touch up by Seton Hall. And here's our penalty. It'll actually be a tripping call. And it looks like we will have our first Drexel power play. As skating off for the penalty will be Matthew Edwards Jr., the man they call MJ. Young man from Coopersburg, PA. So Drexel will win this faceoff. They will set up. High slot shot. Eye high, seeing it all the way with a clean sheet of ice in front of him once again was Guadagnino. And he will hang on. 7 shots, 7 saves for the young man from Ledgewood, New Jersey. So Walsh will take this, and he will lose it to the assistant captain in Zumo, but Drexel will get it back. Just a second face-off in 9 here. Won by Seton Hall as that pass gets deflected by the Hall. Up into the netting, we'll try again. Glad you have joined us. If you couldn't make the trip here to University of Pennsylvania, hopefully you're getting some frustration out if you're a local product after the stink bomb the Eagles laid there in the second half today, which followed the stink bomb the Phillies laid in the latter parts of the game yesterday. Tough day, tough weekend in Philly so far, despite the weather's a wrister. That one, not sure that one got through on goal. Drexel will keep it. Little flip to the point. Across it goes. Then a pass, a hard one all the way across. No one there. At the right point, Drexel has to retreat. 1:05 left to go in the man advantage. The tripping call on Edwards. Drexel sets up long rink wide to the left point. Firing it in will be Barrett. Barrett able to save the clearing attempt. Barrett drops it off now to Jones. Jones sends it across to the right point. Quick one touch goes through the left circle. Behind the net with 9:30 to go. Loose puck in the corner goes to Dylan Williams, and Williams will clear the length. .27 seconds left. Drexel gains the zone. Basin holds. Straight away at the blue line. The wrister, that one on goal, that one kicked away. And sent the link. Chasing after it'll be Zumo. Out to play it though will be Wiles. And he will get it out of the way, although it takes a ricochet and it comes right back at him. Power play is now officially over. Penalty was actually exactly 7 minutes from the one on Drexel. But both teams now 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Seton Hall with some speed down the left side. Edwards Jr., the backhand in front, trying to get a stick on it was Lurin, but he got tied up by Mendham. And then that backhand went right in front of Wiles. He was on the line and nearly hit him. And then Drexel, a bit of a mistake, sends it the length of the ice. This will be icing. And we'll bring it all the way back into the Dragons zone. Slightly new look to the Colonial States League this year. We'll touch on that as we go along. As this one flipped out the length of the ice, we'll get another icing. And while we're at it, why don't we touch on it now? One of the earlier members is now back on board, the College of New Jersey. In fact, they were a 4-time champion before Penn came along and beat them and became a 3-time champion 4 years ago, before losing to Millersville last year here at Penn. So the College of New Jersey back in the Colonial States Hockey Conference. They also have Newman University, who has come over now to the Colonial States, and we have another penalty, and we'll have an interference call. And once again, Seton Hall will go to the box. And it will be the captain, Ryan Olhorn, from Warnock, New Jersey. It'll come at 12:22. In tight below the line, trying to lift it high. That save made in tight and flipped out of the zone. Boy, Drexel putting a lot of shots in on Get. Unable to do anything with it as they turn this one around. Another one, that one high and wide, never got a piece of the cage. Left point, sending it in deep again is Lemire. Cycling it, shot. Short side, and seeing that one all the way, no chance for Walsh, as Guadagnino had the short side covered. Nine saves for the New Jersey product here. 7:01 left to go in the first. 1:22 left to go in the man advantage on the interference call to Ryan Olhorn. Clearing, not good. Pass across, maybe a little too hot there to handle for Walsh. Attempted clear, kept in barely by Lemire. Loose puck, top of the right circle. Squirts out to the right point, back to the left point. Lemire comes in tight shot. That went just wide left. Trying to one-time it from below the right circle, feigning on it. Drexel will keep it in, though. From the point shot, looking for a redirect. That went just wide to the left of Guadagnino. In the left corner, Jones. He pinches in, puts Ullman into the boards. Straight away, Basin. Basin goes right circle. Wrister, that went in and out of the glove of Guadagnino. Good pressure here from Drexel. Nothing to show for it, though, however, with 30 seconds left in the man advantage. Below the circle. Too low for a shot for Walsh. Loose puck comes in at the dot. Out with it will come Seton Hall. They need a line change. They're going to push. They're going to send it in behind the net. Takes a weird hop. The man who sent in, Lauren, will come off on a partial. 11 seconds left. Allhorn looks over to the bench and wants to know from the coach, what do you want me to do? Wiles taps his stick, letting his teammates know the power play is over. Drexel 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Turnover in the offensive zone. The wrister, that one was just kicked away by Guadagnino on the right side. Off the right boards, on the tape, on the fly is Williams. Williams gets some space, gets bump shot in tight. Rebound on the left side. Oh, that was sent just wide the other way by Edwards. One on four, nowhere to go. Ullman looks for help. Sends it down below the line instead, and Ullman, will go in on a line change. Under 5 to go here in the first. A lot of action, most of it on the Drexel side, still no score. Near turnover at the Drexel blue line. Extra effort will send it into the Seton Hall zone. Line change being finished here by Drexel. Last man off the bench, David Wagstaff, the 5th. Wrapped in around behind the Drexel net. Flipped up the boards, kicked, touched last. Icing will be waved off. Hustling after it is Wagstaff. Couldn't quite keep it from staying in. Touching it will be Pan. He'll get it out. Over the line, trying to dump it in deep is Kovacs for Seton Hall. Picked off there by Drexel. Drexel's done a good job of keeping everything away from major scoring areas for Seton Hall. Drexel's had some opportunities in their major scoring areas. They just haven't been able to connect. Just barely poked out. Delayed offside, waved off. Touching up would be Wagstaff. Opposite side touching off is Brian O'Reilly, the Philly product. He keeps it in at the left circle. That one flipped. Ooh, could have been just outside over the glass. Barely stayed in, caught the top. Dumped in. Off the bench on a change. Here comes Silberman. Silberman now with it for Drexel. Shot. Tried to go short side. Ooh, that went in. I was going to say, I thought maybe if he went a little farther left, he could have gotten it through the hole between Guadagnino and the post. But that's exactly what he did. It's a goal for Silberman. As he just flipped it below the left dot. And Drexel has the 1-0 lead. So an even strength goal. Drexel finally gets one in. And now they have the 1-0 lead. And now they have the puck, and it's Silberman. Over the line. Seton Hall able to get it back out. Delayed offside as sending it a little bit too early there was held. Drexel will touch up. Hall will get it out. Carrying will be Zumo. Zumo over the line wants to get a shot off. That was going wide, but gloving it anyway will be Wiles, and he will hang on. That'll stop the clock with 2:19 left to go here. Left to go in the first. Drexel on the draw. Will carry just onside. Wanted to get a shot off. Good defense right there in the circle. Knocking it away was Donnellan. Behind the net. Now we got a player down here. After a little collision right in front of the Seton Hall net. The officials talking over, see if we might have a penalty, as it looks like it's Liren Ullman from Leonardo, New Jersey. He is down. Trainer coming over here from Drexel to check him out, make sure he's okay. Referee's now talking this over to see if they might have a penalty. My producer, Kevin Conley, and Daniela Schneider, my camera operator. I am Daryl Dobis. Glad you've joined us here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. 85 degrees in southeastern Pennsylvania here in Philadelphia. But a cool 40 here in the class of 1923 arena. And there you saw that hard hook. And then a high cross check coming the other way. Could have had penalties both ways there, but nothing called. As on cue, my camera and my producer all over that. As going off for now will be Ullman. Face-off won by Drexel. Shot from the left point. That got smothered. Carrying it out, the man who did the smothering. That is the captain, Allhorn. Allhorn tries to spin-a-rama. Weak backhand as he got knocked to the ice by Lemire. And an easy save for Wiles, and he'll hang on. Seventh shot for Seton Hall, all stopped by Wiles. Face-off won and controlled, this time by Seton Hall. Puck sent out to the neutral zone where Seton Hall will control, but a turnover. And on the fly the other way, here comes Basin. Basin over the line. Lost it at the circle. Pass in front. Falling down to stop it was Edwards Jr. Drexel still with it. No shot, dumped in deep by Lemire. Drexel trying to flip it to themselves. Nice play there to try to knock themselves as Basin out of midair. He sent it to the right point instead, where it's sent in below the net. Back up top right point. Across it goes to Lemire. Lemire, the shot deflected in front. Oh, that hit the post. Beat Guadagnino, but it hit the post on the right side. This one smothered. The shot smothered by Williams. Then it leaks out into the low slot. Seton Hall able to get a piece of it and send it out. Williams able to save it from getting shot in on goal. And then it's sent in off sides. And we'll get an intentional offsides and a faceoff coming back into the Drexel end with 42.8 left. So Zumo will try to take this one for Seton Hall. However, he loses that faceoff. As Egan, first time we've called the name of Michael Egan here today. Wins that face-off for Drexel. Stopped at the blue line. Good job to stop that at the Drexel line by Zachary Jones. Send it across, but unable to control it there with Silberman. Backhander in a crowd, ping-ponging around. No one can control it. Who wants it? Someone wants it. Jones weaves in all alone. The shot. Oh, glove save there by Guadagnino. Great move by Jones. Better save by Guadagnino, and the clock will stop on the icing with half a second left. Just making something out of that. A good effort by Zach Jones. But a better save there by Michael Guadagnino. And the face-off tied up, and that'll do it for the first 20 here at the class of 1923 arena, as the teams will head back to their locker rooms. Just one goal And that came off the stick of Nathaniel Silberman for Drexel. And it provides the only points here in the first. And we have ourselves a 1-0 game here. Drexel on top of Seton Hall. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll give you the game by the numbers. Get you ready for period number 2 from Penn Ice Rink in the class of 1923 arena. This is Colonial State's collegiate hockey action. Drexel, Seton Hall. You're watching it on YouTube, powered by SFBN. Zamboni finishing up its work here in first intermission. Daryl Dobis back with you as we get ready for period number 2 here in this Colonial States Collegiate Hockey Conference matchup. Seton Hall and Drexel with the Dragons on top. 1-0 courtesy of a goal that no one really knew went in at the 16:43 mark, including yours truly, Nathaniel Silberman, trying to slip one past Michael Guadagnino. Thought he should have maybe sent it a little bit farther left and a little sliver between the post and his right arm. Well, guess what? He did. And he snuck it in. And that gave the only goal for the hometown Dragons. Your stats for the first period of play. Shots in that period, 13-7 in favor of Drexel. Most of them were during the first half of that period. Drexel really laid it on the Hall early. Things kind of balanced out a little bit after that. Saves, Guadagnino, 12 for the Pirates, and for Drexel, 7 for Wiles. Power play, Seton Hall 0 for 1, Drexel 0 for 2. Face-offs, Drexel wins in that category as well, 13-6. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead in that one, so after that, things kind of leveled off as well. The 3 penalties, first penalty coming up, Zachary Jones got hit for a hooking call at 2:13. 7 minutes later for Seton Hall, tripping call for Matthew Edwards Jr. at 9:13. And then for Seton Hall coming up at 12:22, there was an interference call on Ryan Allhorn, but as we mentioned, none of those turned into points. That is your game by the numbers. As we said, the Zamboni wrapping up its stuff in about 4 minutes. We'll have the drop of the puck for period number 2 here from the University of Pennsylvania's class of 1923 arena. It is Drexel on top of Seton Hall here in this M2 matchup. 1-0, and you're watching it exclusively on YouTube, powered by sfbn.com. Second period underway here from the class of 1923 arena. Kevin Connolly, Daniela Schneider, Daryl Dobis with you. Glad you've joined us here on YouTube. As we get that fast a stoppage of play. Drexel in the pink. And the blue for Seton Hall as they attack the goal to the left. They flip it in just wide of cage. Hustling in after it is Allhorn. He's able to push it to the outside of the left circle. Picking it up and hustling now with a 2-on-1 the other way. This will be Basin. Basin over the line. The wrister one to go 5-hole. And now the whistle blows after the save made by Guadagnino. And I think the referee lost sight of it. It popped right out immediately, but I think he thought that it was stuck in the equipment. No one hit the goal. No one knocked it off its moorings. So that's the only thing I can think of. As Drexel will keep the clearing attempt in. It's sent in front. Stopped in from getting in on goal there by Dylan Williams. Picked up on the far side by Lucas Spinelli. Carried on the near side right below us. Spinelli with some speed trying to get to it first as he and Mendham go hard into the boards. And it looks like we're going to have an icing as Spinelli let it go on the wrong side of the red line. For those of you watching a hockey broadcast from here for the first time, you'll notice something unique to this rink that many others don't have. You'll notice it when we get to center ice. As this one hammered back into the netting. And maybe Daniela can just go to center ice real quick here. I don't think she can hear me right now, but if she can swing to center ice real quick, you'll notice that up there, that's the bench for Seton Hall. You see there's not another bench. That's because the home bench is below us. The benches aren't next to each other here at this rink. They're actually across from each other. And the other interesting feature is the penalty box for both teams is right next to the home bench, which can make things very interesting in the collegiate game. It's a unique setup here at Penn. One of the things that makes this place so much fun to play at and watch a game at. And we are sitting in our perch right here at center ice, and they're going to say this one's offsides. Disagreeing a little bit there is Andrew Walsh, but his request is going to fall on deaf ears. And this one, though, isn't going to be a deliberate one. They're going to send this one just outside the Seton Hall blue line. One other game on the slate here in the Colonial States, as I believe we've got another offside here. And Scranton is at the College of New Jersey. As Drexel wins this face-off. Tried to send it in. Second effort will carry it in. It'll be O'Reilly. O'Reilly into the corner. It's Brian O'Reilly, another Philly product. He'll lose control of it, and Seton Hall will bring it out. Over skating and getting it back will be Ullman. Ullman sends it up the boards. It's kicked out eventually by Nicholas Bellotti, who's running up front again, looking to help with the outlet, but carrying it up instead will be Ullman. Ullman skating all over the place. Goes up, tries to steal it away from Lemire, who wraps it around the boards over to the left side. Keeping it in over there is Bellotti, but he can't hold on to it. Back the other way, a chance at a breakaway. This is Silberman looking for his second. He gets harassed in the process. Shot! Just enough harassment there from Lazaro. And the save made by Guadagnino. Just not quite enough speed there for Silberman. As that one deflected, they're going to say out of play. And so this should be a face-off in the Seton Hall zone. And it is. Three and change going by here in the second. Still a 1-0 lead for the men in pink. Another face-off one here by Drexel. Controlled to the point. Good defense there to knock it away. Excellent stick work there by Williams. Seton Hall retreating. Carried out. Good job initially just to get out of play, but losing an edge there, as well as the puck, was Alan Pan. Flip to the neutral zone, slowed up. Seton Hall fires it back in. Allhorn back into the zone. Flexure gets it out, but then turned over at the blue line. With it is Allhorn. Allhorn on the backhand, goes forehand. Oh, the big right pad saved by Wiles as he does the splits on his stomach. This one will be sent the length. There'll be an icing, but Drexel won't care. Wiles on his stomach sticks out the right leg. That makes the tie-saving save right there on a great move by Ryan Allhorn. Well, they say they make him bigger in Texas, and that's a big save there for the man from Richardson, Texas. Behind the net, takes an odd hop. Held, goes back to get it, hits the ground. This one's going to be sent the length, and icing is waved off. So the Hall will have to play this. Up the boards, takes a funny hop. Lauren will play it. Top of the left circle, holding, waiting for help. Nowhere to go, he'll wrap it around the boards. To the far side, Spinelli sends it back. Three Dragons are over there, though, trying to send it out. Slowed up by Zumo. And Zumo goes off on a line change as Drexel is able to control it. Jones is coming off on a line change, I believe. Yes, he is, as he just kind of hands it off to Walsh. And Walsh kind of just nasally dumps it in, but it's picked off by Ullman. Long pass, makes it to the top of the blue line. Batted around, knocked around, picked up, turnaround, shot! Oh, that one hit the crossbars and ricocheted of a couple people. Rebound comes out. That one's a big right pad saved by Guadagnino, who says, hey, Wiles, I can do it too. Loose puck again. That one, another right pad save! A post and two big right leg saves there from Guadagnino. $16 on the night so far, and those two none bigger so far. As that one is flipped out. And this is going to be a delay of game. NHL, they call this a penalty, but here they're going to keep the original 5 on the ice. Drexel wins this faceoff. They sent it below the end line, but Seton Hall has it. No real pressure, looking for somewhere to go. Seton Hall finally able to get it out of the zone. It's just dumped back in. Delayed offside. Both Dragons touch up. Holding it a little too long there was Ullman. Helping him out is Paul's kill. Wraps it around. Kept in, however, at the left point again by Drexel. Just sitting over there was Lemire. Lemire again with the left leg. Passes it in front. Oh, it went right under the stick of Egan. Egan keeps his stick down. He's got a one-on-none as that one played with a high stick. Leaves the field of play. And again, we're going to keep the same 5 on the ice here. Drexel's going to get a chance to make a change. So Basin is going to take this face-off, and he'll win it for Drexel. Fletcher a little too strong there, giving it back. Over to Walsh. Left point, trying to send it in front through traffic. That didn't work. Drexel still with it. They have definitely pressured the Hall quite a bit here in this contest, as that one deflected in front, able to get it on goal was Barrett, and then finally it clears the length. No icing here, it's waved off. Drexel back to get it. Barrett makes a move around Allhorn, gains the blue line. He's 1-on-3. Now 2 helpers come in, a backhander. Probably wasn't going in, not taking a chance is Guadagnino. He'll hang on. A reminder, the last 3 years, we have had the honor of calling the Colonial States tournament here. Both quarters, both semis and the finals. I remember doing all 10 games as that one's deflected over Wiles' head into the glass. Uh-oh, a 3-on-1 developing as this puck is loose. Here comes Silberman. Silberman drops it off, holding, maybe holding a little too long. That was hit by Guadagnino on the rebound. Score! Was that Silberman again? The rebound came over to Nathan Silberman and from his wallet. The young man from Warminster has 2 on the night. Little backhand, little how do you do. And another goal. So a rebound off the back, or on the backhand off the shot by Nathaniel Silberman. And he has 2 on the night. And it's 2-0 in favor of the hometown Dragons. And after struggling last year, squad looking, well, the first time I've seen him this year, looking pretty strong this year. I think Kevin might agree. We saw them a bit last year, and, well, they did struggle a bit. I don't even think they made the postseason. So far this year, look pretty good. Got some speed. Some offense, a pass in front. Getting knocked down. Opportunity there to put it in by Michael Egan. The only thing that went into the cage was him. That's the second time he's been knocked into the net. Loose puck picked up by Frank Korzalowski. Young man from Newton, New Jersey, defenseman. First time we've seen him on the ice today. Fletcher picks it up outside the right circle. Holding, nowhere to go. Trying to break free. Great defense there, harassing by Zumo. Left circle shot that never made it in on goal. And now we've got a penalty as Seton Hall will touch up. We've got a cross check. And we've got a frustrated Pirate heading to the sin bin. At 9:29. And it'll be Zumo. So power play number 3 here for Drexel. They're 0 for 2 so far. Both of those in the first period. As Seton Hall looks to clear, with a little help they do. Now they have an opportunity, a 2-on-1 the other way. This will be Edwards. Edwards wanted to pass it in front as Drexel comes back to regroup. Halfway through our contest here, Drexel 2. And Seton Hall nothing, I should say. Nathaniel Silberman 2. Seton Hall nothing. As he has both goals. There's a deflection in front. That one just wide off the stick of Walsh. Attempted clear off the hand of Lemire, kept in by Drexel. Walsh in the corner. Sends it up to the right point to Basin. Left point. Sent into the circle. A shot, one-timer, and that one into the glove. Through a party on the front porch. Guadagnino hangs on. And Guadagnino will see a face-off to his left. Still 52 seconds on the cross-checking penalty to Zumo. Another face-off win here for Drexel. They've been very good on those against Seton Hall today. Sent it behind the net, trying to wing it out as Lauren only gets to the left point. Rister, that one never got in. 2 Pirates, 1 Dragon right in front of him and hit all of them. Pirates trying to get it out, just swatted at, kept in there by Silberman. Another attempted clear. That one goes off of Silberman again. Third effort goes into the 8th row. There's a lucky youngster up there. Why do I feel like Cotton McKnight all of a sudden? Bringing my partner, Pepper Brooks. What do you say, Pepper? Those of you that know ESPN8, the Ocho. Rister getting a piece of that one is Guadagnino on the short side. As he makes another save, already 9 shots here, 8 saves for Seton Hall this period as the power play is going to expire. Pass across, tried to get Fletcher on the far side, never got through. As now they're back to even strength. Spin move. Spinelli tried to lay the lumber there and Fletcher missed him. As that Rister waiting a little too long. Ricochets all the way from the left circle to the right point. Holding. Slipped. Ooh, that one ricocheted. Deflected by Lazzaro's stick on his own goal, but it went over. Drexel losing in their own skates. Trying to get rid of it, trying to get out of the zone there was Zumo. Zumo lost it, opportunity through a screen, and smothering it up though will be Guadagnino, will hang on a solid wrister from Walsh. Guadagnino has been good. Wiles and the Drexel defense has been better. As winning the draw is Egan. Sending it in deep is Lemire. To the point, one timing it. That one fluttered up high and nearly got deflected by Jones, but Guadagnino will hang on again. Guadagnino faced 13 shots in the first period. He's already faced 11. Drexel won that faceoff, but it was controlled there by Seton Hall. Drexel kind of just sat around while the puck just sat there. Jones gained the line. Good defense there to slow him up by Seton Hall, but they couldn't clear. Now they'll have an opportunity on a second effort. 3-on-2 the other way. Trailers coming for the Dragons. Shot. That one just flutters in thanks to the stick of Paulskill. Steered away by Wiles. Paulskill gets it back. Second opportunity. That one hops up the stick. Wiles is able to grab it and hang on. Just the third shot of the period for the Pirates, and considering the first one that Wiles had to face was the steal and the big split that he had to make on Allhorn with the right leg save. Those were two of the easiest ones he's had. Behind the net, Drexel looking to get it out quickly. Saved in at the right point by Donlin. Sent it behind the net, getting there first was Fletcher. Hammers it around the boards, outside the left circle. Punched out there by Drexel to the neutral zone. Picked up there, the man that sent it out was Pierce McGinley. McGinley carries, drops it off to Jordan Sprung, the Glenside PA product. Dropped that one off for Fletcher at the right point. Across for the one-timer. That one with the stick save, just batting it down out of midair, was Pan. And are they going to say he grabbed it? Well, they blew it dead. You're so used to seeing guys in the NHL do things. The college rule's not quite the same. There's another face-off win. The one-timer on this. Ooh, that one deflected high and wide. I don't think Guadagnino thought that was going to be that close. You can't quite do the same things in college, at least not everything. Hammered off the boards, out to the neutral zone. Won't have enough steam to be an icing, but going after it is Allhorn. Allhorn steals it away. Allhorn shot. That one got smothered. It's going to trickle in on Wiles, and he'll cover up. Wiles tried to get the shot off. Hit held. Never really had enough steam to be a shot on goal. And Wiles will just cover it up and fight another day. Boy, great hustle there. You can see why he's the captain. That's the kind of effort you want to see from your captain. Face-off controlled in the slot, the backhand, unable to get it high enough. Down, trying to do the splits. Now Wiles is in trouble. Shot, he gets up and still makes the save. Lazaro just couldn't get enough air under that one. Now another shot left pad save. That one sent out to the point. 3 straight saves there for Wiles. Finally, Drexel able to come out with it. 1-on-2. Carrying will be Barrett. Barrett drops it off over the line. A little dangle that comes across, deflected out in front of Guadagnino. Seton Hall back out with it. 2-on-2. Carrying it, Zoom around the left side. Forced into the boards hard there by Mendham. Puck goes wrapping around all the way down, having to hustle after it will be Lazaro. Lazaro dropping it off, trying to get to it as Walsh. Walsh gets to it as he beats Lauren to it. Then Lauren will knock it away, so Korzalowski can get it over to a teammate. Pass to center ice, deflected by Spinelli into the Drexel zone. Drexel gets to it, however, and they'll look to clear. They do to center ice. Right now they're just passing it to the other team, both sides. And they do that again here. Fletcher. As finally they're passing to each other now. To Lemire, back to Fletcher. Hesitation pass. That one turned over just over the blue line. As picking it up is Bellotti for Seton Hall. This one stolen away by Sprung. Check that. That is O'Reilly. O'Reilly tried to get a shot off. That one turned away by Guadagnino in tight. Loose puck, top of the circle. Back the other way. Here come the Pirates with 4:20 to go. Dumped in deep by Paulskill. Drexel will get there first. Dumped into the Drexel zone. Skating with speed is Pan. Pan to the circle. Shot. That one dropping down to deflect that one was Fletcher. Fletcher now in a battle with Pan to try to get it. Pan is down. He's on top of the puck. Isn't in a hurry to get up. It's finally poked out by Fletcher. Pan is still down. He's claiming to be hurt. He may very well be, but he's slow to get up. Back the other way, play continues. Poke to the left point. This is Egan. Pan will finally get up. He appears to be okay now. As stealing it away is Jones. Jones in tight. Forehand, backhand save. Rebound, trying to elevate it. That one went wide. To the right point. The one-timer never got in. Poked away there by Guadagnino and then sent the length, and this will probably be an icing. It'll have enough steam, and yes, it will. And I don't think Joe Carbone, the head coach of Seton Hall, is happy with that call. I think he wanted an injury stoppage from the referee who was right there watching him. But when Pan didn't get it, boy, he sure got up quickly and joined the play pretty fast. Injuries are a tough call for officials. As that one sent in behind Guadagnino. I mean, you have to be absolutely sure if you're going to stop a play, if it kills the other team's offensive opportunity. Is that one a wrister from the right point, turned aside by Guadagnino. Then in tight from the high slot. That one also turned away as two opportunities from Barrett are denied. This one's going to be an icing, though. Won't have enough steam. Is trying to get it to leak over his Allhorn, but he can't get it an opportunity. Now he's pinned in along the glass, centered out in front of the backhand. Oh, that was in real close, and another misfire there by Barrett. Snake bit on this shift here is Aiden Barrett, young man from Chantilly, Virginia. 3 opportunities, 2 misses, and 1 misfire as that pass to the far right post goes through the legs of Zumo as he had a chance. Then that one from the right point, a turn and fire from Williams. That one turned aside easily from Wiles. Calling for it, that shot, a wrister from Zumo is slamming a stick coming off the bench and begging for a pass there to take a shot was Lauren, but he never got the opportunity. But if you're going to kill a team that's going on the offense, if you're going to kill their chance to have an opportunity in any sport, you have to be absolutely sure that that player is either in serious trouble or is seriously hurt. You know, imminent danger. Officials thought none of that applied. And they let play continue as good pressure by Spinelli forces a turnover here as his teammate Lauren will pick it up. Pass to the right circle, the one-timer. Oh, I don't think Wiles thought that was going to come in, but he had the right position to make that save. Sent into the Seton Hall zone, sent quickly out of the Seton Hall zone and dumped in high into the left corner as it goes long diagonal there. Picked up there by Mendham. Mendham goes right side. Turn around, turning himself around and picking it up is Jones. Jones over the line, 2-on-3. Wrister, that one turned aside by Guadagnino. He has been a busy, busy boy here this period already. 15 saves. More than he had in the first period as we dip under a minute to go here in period number 2. 2-0 our score. Both goals coming from Nathaniel Silberman, 1 in each period. Seton Hall, Ullman over the line, top of the circle, flutters it in. It was going wide, but it's sticked even wider by Wiles. As it's wrapped around to the far side to Lemire. Lemire sends it up the boards. This is going to go the length that will be no icing. As now a drop pass, right circle, shot! Top left corner! Goes in, scores! Icing was waved off. I think Seton Hall was expecting the call. Didn't get it. Evan Eisler trailing the play. And the young man from my original hometown, Fairless Hills, PA, puts one home with 18 seconds left, and it's now 3-0. And that is why you hustle. As that one, speaking of hustle, is just deflected up into the netting, looking for one of his own, was Basin. We'll try to get the assist for you between periods. As Drexel will win another faceoff off the draw, ping pongs around as it hits a couple different players. In front, batted down. Guadagnino didn't even see it. It's sent in front. They're going to get a hand pass here. That's a good call. As it was passed right in front of Guadagnino, and it went from his right to left, and he never even saw it. As a drop of the puck, the teams say, nah, we're just going to leave it at that. Clock's going to run. Officials say, run the clock. There we go. That's end of 2. Once again, a lot of high-speed action. Most of it in favor of Drexel. One goal was bad enough. As the second one from Nathaniel Silberman at 7:35 made it 2-0 Drexel. But the killer right now for Seton Hall was the one with 18 seconds left, as going top left corner was Evan Eisler to make this a 3-0 game here in favor of the hometown Dragons. We will step aside. We'll come back again. Game by the numbers and gets ready for period number 3 here from the University of Pennsylvania class of 23 arena. And right now, the hometown Dragons on top of Seton Hall, 3-0 here in this Colonial States Collegiate Hockey Conference matchup. And you're watching exclusively on YouTube, powered by SFBN.com. Just about ready to start the third period here from University of Pennsylvania's class of 1923 arena. Darryl Dobis back with you. Always love to hear what the fans have to think. If you are following along and you want to drop us a line, I don't mind hearing from you on the socials. Questions, comments, compliments, criticisms. Just wanted to say hi. 26 Great Call on Twitter. And Great Call 26 on Instagram. Feel free to drop me a line. 3-0 our score. Drexel on top of Seton Hall with, at minimum, 20 minutes left to play. Looking at the game by the numbers, shots so far 31-15 in favor of the Dragons, 18-8 in that second period. For Michael Guadagnino, he had 16 saves in that second period, 28 for the game. And for Trace Wiles, the Drexel goaltender, he had 8 in the second, 15 for the contest. Drexel had the only power play opportunity in the second period, did not cash in. Both teams a combined now 0 for 4. Drexel is 0 for 3 in that category. Face-offs, 15-7 in the second period. Overall, 28-13 favor the Dragons. Got to have the puck to do any damage, so Seton Hall has got to find a way to get their hands on that vulcanized rubber if they plan on making a comeback. In that period, 7:35 mark, it was goal number 2 of the night from Nathaniel Silberman, as he was sitting on the doorstep. A rebound off an initial save from Guadagnino. And just before he got dropped on his wallet, Silberman with a backhander that snuck by Guadagnino. And that backhander became goal number 2 on the night and made it 2-0 in favor of Drexel. And then again, a long pass that was waved off for icing. Could not get the number, so we apologize, of the young man that chased it down, but kind of dropped past it into the right circle. And a great job by Evan Eisler trailing the play. No one was on him. He hustled and picked it up the top of the right circle, got in tight with a quick wrister on Guadagnino and was able to beat him with 18 seconds left in the third period. And those are the ones in any sport with a clock that really hurt. Those late period, late quarter goals, baskets, points, anything you can talk about, those late ones really hurt. And that one, I'm sure, stung the Pirates as they are coming out of the locker room here and getting ready for third period action. Don't hold it against Guadagnino. He has been playing very well here. He has faced some very difficult shots from Drexel, a lot of pressure from the Dragons. Not a lot of high-quality shots coming from Seton Hall today on Wiles, although he has had to make a couple. In fact, he had to make one, the first shot of the second period, a steal on the forehand, going to the backhand from Ryan Allhorn, forced Wiles on his stomach to really stretch out and get the right pad out to make a save and keep Seton Hall forward. Would have tied the game at 1-1. But it kept Seton Hall off the board, and his teammates have done the rest so far here through 40 minutes of play. I don't think Gino Angeloni, the head coach for Drexel, is going to be telling his players to change a whole lot here for period number 3. Basically, smart, boring hockey. Don't take chances. Keep players in front of you. All the cliches you hear all the time. Muck and grind in the offensive zone, eh? Dump and chase. Wings on wings. Just do what got you here. Drexel trying to go to 2-0. Seton Hall trying to avoid a 1-2 is right off the draw. That one, a right shoulder save there. Is winning the draw for a change with Seton Hall. Is that one a save there initially? So all of a sudden, coming out firing here, Seton Hall, they got 2 quick shots here in the first 20 seconds. And Wiles has had to be on his game quickly. Puck at the point, whistle blows, and looking for a signal, not seeing a foul, not seeing a penalty. Wonder if they're saying it was offsides. Did the puck leak out? Yeah, they're going to say the puck leaked out. So face-off just outside the Drexel zone here. And taking will be Olhorn as he goes up against Basin, and he'll win that draw. So all of a sudden, right out of the locker room, Seton Hall a couple face-offs, a couple 1 draws. I know it's only the first 50 seconds, but all of a sudden, things looking a little different here for the Pirates. As this one gets fluttered out into the neutral zone, takes a bad hop, and having to go back deep in his own zone is Alan Pan. Pan will send it out. Right corner, Lazaro. Lazaro will send it diagonal out to the neutral zone. It goes, and it's hammered back in, and then off on a line change will be Mendham. 5 Pirates deep in their own zone. Out with it they will come. Jones pressuring, forces a pass to the wide right side. Skating out with it will be Pan. Pan will dump it into the corner. Just kind of hops right there, doesn't go around. Allows Search to get it. Search tries to send it around. It's cut off by Lauren of Seton Hall. His attempted wraparound doesn't go anywhere. Lost, picked up back by Seton Hall, or by Drexel, almost stolen away by Zumo behind the net. Drexel out with it. Sends it into their offensive zone, and then it's cleared out and dumped back in. Icing is waved off. So is delayed offsides. As out with it now, a little spinorama from Spinelli. Poked back in by Eisler. Eisler waiting for the pass to go somewhere. It does, off to the right. Back near side. Flung out by Pan. Flung in deep by Zumo. Trying to play it behind the net was Wiles, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Trying to dump it back behind the net, and then getting dumped on his wallet was Spinelli. Drexel coming out with it, 1-on-4. Little hesitation as a partial line change here for Drexel. Holding, pass across, wide open, top of the circle, opportunity, wrister. Defense able to come over and block that shot. Then another shot here from inside the left circle. That one from McGinley, turned aside there by Guadagnino. Bodies collide, bodies go down. Play continues, no penalty and a good no call there. Back the other way is Bellotti. Bellotti a pass to the middle. That one swept away trying to go to Kovacs. Good defense there to cut it off by Mendham. That was a short rest there for Mendham as we now have 3 minutes gone by here in the third. Still 3-0 Drexel. Seton Hall trying to avoid back-to-back shutouts here in this building on back-to-back games. The one-timer trying to John Daly one right there was Donnellan. It got smothered at the point of attack. In the right corner, Allhorn. Allhorn through the goal mouth. That one sticked aside by Wiles on a sharp angle. Ullman falls down, takes a swat to the leg. Referees are saying, get up. This is the same thing Pan did in the corner. Oh, little rope-a-dope there right there by Ullman. Dropped off in the left circle, shot. That one directed wide. And now here comes a lot of trouble as Ullman, a cross-check on a Dragon, and then staring him down. Then he takes a couple shots, and that's going to warrant some penalties. Good initial hit, and there's that cross-check that warranted the penalty, and then just kind of staring at him, and then all of a sudden a whole bunch of Dragons coming after Ullman. I guarantee you, whatever's being discussed, the coaching staff from Seton Hall is not going to like it. My guess is there's going to be at least a 5 in there somewhere as well for Ullman. He's going to get 2 for the cross check at minimum. That'll come at 3:43. And it looks like serving the penalty. Can't tell if that's Lauren or Kovacs that's in there. So my guess is Ullman. There's a good chance that Ullman's also serving a 10. There's a one-timer, a second one. Ping pongs around, shot, score. On the power play. And nothing Guadagnino could do about that as it ricocheted off of one of his own teammates. And kicked in, and unfortunately I got too busy keeping the stats there. I did not get the number. We'll see if my producer can see it. And that is just a bad break there. One of the best in the business, Kevin Donnelly, doing some good work for me right now. We'll see if we can get a number. So the power play is over. Is now an opportunity, a tight backhander. Oh, Guadagnino got a stick out there and avoided an opportunity for another goal. There's a collision right in the slot. Now we got a man down here. Zumo is hurt. And this one is a legit one. As he pounds the ice, as he and a teammate collided with a Drexel player, and this is going to bring out the training staff as well. Guadagnino with a good stick check, avoided the shot on goal. Then the pass coming through, 2 defenders performing a Malachi crunch, or at least attempting to, on the Drexel forward coming down the slot. And unfortunately for Zumo, he caught the brunt of it. And he is slow to get up, and hopefully he is okay. And he's going to need some help getting off the ice. He is definitely a little bit out of it. Yeah, the legs are not there right now. And it looks like the last one to touch it was Zach Jones. So Jones is going to get credit for the goal on the power play. Still in the box, however, is Ullman. So that tells me, along with the fact that it was either Kovacs or Lauren that was in with him, that there's a 10-minute misconduct involved there as well. So somewhere with 6 minutes left to go in this contest, Ullman will be allowed to come out. Meanwhile, Zumo is being tended to over on the Seton Hall side. And again, hopefully he is okay, but he definitely needed all the help from his teammates to get over to the bench. As a one-timer, oh, not seeing that till the absolute last moment. It was Guadagnino. Meanwhile, back the other way, this is Allhorn. Allhorn, a shot, rebound, come in. That one kicked aside by Wiles as well. Loose puck, kicked on. Here comes Jones again. Tripping call. He gets a shot off. Are they going to give a penalty shot? Yes, they are. Jones had a step, got tripped, and we are going to have a penalty shot. Things started out real good energy-wise here for Seton Hall to start the period, but boy, have they lost composure in a hurry. So it is Jones versus Guadagnino. Mano a mano. Slowly up the middle. Jones to the left, forward, back and forward, back. Score! Jones goes top right corner and sticks it where mama don't clean no more. He's got two to join Silberman. And it's 5-0 Drexel. So that will not go against Guadagnino in regards to goals against, nor will it go as a shot on goal. Although you ask any goalie, they feel like it does. As another face-off, Drexel will win this one as well. So Jones scores about a minute and a half apart. And both goals scored courtesy of skates, as this one will be iced. One courtesy of a Seton Hall skate. The second one courtesy of his skate, as Seton Hall grabbed his skate and tripped him on a breakaway. Seton Hall will win this draw. Trying to send it in front, not liking the way it looked. Wiles will cover up. And actually, I'm curious right now. He might be sitting down, I don't know, but I'm curious right now where is that wrister blocked, trying to one-time a bouncing puck, unable to control it. Getting tied up there was Edwards Jr. That shot gets redirected away from Wiles to the point, reaching out his pan to keep it in, and then it's sent into the corner. Out of the reach of Allhorn behind the net. Pass up to the point. Good job keeping that in there by Edwards Jr. Allhorn sends it behind. Williams keeps it there, sends it to the left point, but it leaks out and out to the neutral zone, and Seton Hall will have to regroup. Edwards Jr. over the line uncontested, drops it off at the left point. Allhorn, wrister, eye high, seeing it all the way right into the leather is Wiles. As he makes his 21st save of the night. I'm looking down here in the penalty box. I am not seeing Liren Ullman, as that one, a shot rings off the post. Heavy metal music blaring in the ears, this time for Wiles. Trying to throw a hip check and fanning on that one was Wagstaff. Centering pass leaks out in front. Guadagnino able to poke that one away. Without a stick right now is Frank Korzalowski. Carrying is Donnellan. Over the line, pass into the slot, the backhand. That one hit a body in front of a Drexel defender. Drexel will carry out, just sends it out to the neutral zone. Where Seton Hall and Drexel now will regroup. Behind their own net. Liren Ullman is back out. Now I'm curious as to what that second penalty was. Shot deflected. Getting a piece of that one actually was Wiles. We are not given a note as to what the penalties are. So I don't know what that second, I assume because there were two people in the box that there was maybe a misconduct that was issued to Ullman. So apparently I was wrong, and for that I apologize. But it sure looked like there was, as a one-timer that had sent in deep, gloved and set down by Wiles. You put up 2 minutes on the board, but you put two people in the box. There wasn't a fighting major in there. So it's kind of telling you that there's a misconduct somehow. And as far as I know, there are no 5-minute misconducts. Shot off the draw, sliding over Wiles, never got to him. First attempt to clear, fanned on. Second one, doesn't get there. Third opportunity, helped out by Silberman. He goes in 1-on-2, picked up by Donnellan at the blue line. Able to knock it away from him. Loose puck kicks around. Now Seton Hall with it, gets to the neutral zone. Carrying it over will be Bellotti. Bellotti 2-on-3, drops it off. Opportunity here for the Hall. Kovac sends it out to the high slot. Nobody from Drexel picked it up. Bellotti almost had a chance, but he was skating the wrong direction to get a good shot off. So again, we are not given notes or stats here at the club level like they would say at the, at an NCAA level or a professional level to know exactly what the penalty was. So apologies for that. That pass, that one kicks off the back of Edwards Jr. and a reverse skate here for Lauren. Lauren tries to get a shot off. That hits off a Drexel player in the left circle. And it's flipped out to the neutral zone where Korzalowski will play it. Sends it left side to Pan. Pan sends it to the blue line. Sent out, though, by Drexel, where it's picked up by Williams. He brings it right back in. Picked up there by Egan. Sent in deep. Regathered by Edwards Jr. to the right point. Korzalowski gives it back to Egan. Poked out, though, on a nice play by Basin. Red line, Pan, over the line, top of the circle, wrister. That went wide, may have been deflected. Off the stick of a Drexel player. Poked in deep by Barrett. The Hall will go and get it. Edwards will gather. Over the line, the Hall shot, that went wide, slowed up by Wiles. Rebound, trying to get out in front. Wiles slows that up. Good job getting up the check, trying to get that pass across. Was Allhorn to the far post. A little too hot to handle. By the way, I believe that was Mendham who deflected that one shot just a moment ago. Hammered off the glass, out to the neutral zone, 1-on-2. Carrying over the line is Jones. Jones already has two today. Passes it to the high slot. Wrister in front, shot trying to go high. Rebound, oh, that one hit the post. Kick back out, almost got kicked in by Guadagnino. Fortunately, he saw it underneath him and drops down and covers up. As a little too much pointing there to the scoreboard from Silberman. Just need to turn around and skate back, young man. 8:36 left to go here. And it's looking like Drexel's going to begin this season 2-0. Draw one by Drexel. Shot goes way wide into the corner. Seton Hall will come out with it. This one floats in on goal. Little flyby coming from Mr. Ullman. And it'll be hung on to by Wiles. So Lauren will take this draw here for the Hall. Draw controlled by Ullman and Seton Hall, and he sends it out. Unfortunately, leaving the right point was Donnellan, and now he has to go all the way back to his own zone to get it. I believe our next broadcast is this one, a turnover, a little bit sloppy right there by the defense of the Pirates. Almost led to a nasty giveaway deep in their own territory. Seton Hall able to gather back and at least get it into the offensive zone, and now an offside will be called, even though Wagstaff just hammered it back into the Drexel end. A couple Seton Hall players were caught there. If I am reading the Colonial States website right, and unless there are any changes I am not aware of, the next broadcast we are going to have of Colonial States action here at the University of Pennsylvania will actually involve both Pennsylvania and Drexel. As Drexel will face Penn here on October 17th. That shot goes wide of Wiles. Rebound. Trying to time one up there. Unable to get a stick on it was Bellotti. Sends it through the slot. High circle. Shot. That one on goal. Wiles. Rebound. Turns one aside. Turns two. Little scrum in front. Drexel able to help out their goaltender and try to carry it out. And then finally, after a poke, able to do so. Seton Hall finally out shooting Drexel this period, 11-7. Make it 12. Unfortunately for the Pirates, all 12 have been stopped by the man from Texas. So you can check the Drexel YouTube page. It'll be technically Penn the home team. Drexel is at Penn. Good move and tight shot trying to go high. Boy, that was a great move there by Allhorn. Good stick work by him. He just couldn't get the shot through. Over the line, onside is Eisler. Eisler, the circle, tried to lift one up, and a good job by Guardagnino to cover that one, and he'll hang on. Just the sixth shot on goal here. Or sixth save, I should say, for Guardagnino. She technically seventh, now eighth. There have been 9 shots and a penalty shot. Does not go into his stat columns in the positive or the negative. Seton Hall will control this draw. Sends it in deep. Getting there first will be Fletcher. He'll beat Williams to it. Trying to clear all the way to the left point. Stopping it is Williams. His shot was smothered. Allhorn put on the brakes. Couldn't get it in on goal, but the attempted clear by Drexel ends up on the stick of Williams. That one a little too high. Wiles will hang on, a little push and shove, and the man who was in the middle of all the trouble earlier today at the 16-minute mark is in it again. That's Ullman. And I can already tell a little chirping going on between Drexel and him. And the coach is yelling at him to knock it off. It's amazing what you can hear in this arena. 6:05 left to go here in our contest. Drexel will control this draw. They will come out with it. Over the line, trying to make a move is Basin. Unable to hang on to the puck. Second effort will get it outside the right circle, then out to the neutral zone, where it's picked up by Drexel. Tipped on, so no icing. Good job to touch it up by Basin. Attempted wraparound, stolen away by Walsh as they weren't able to hit it on very strong. As an attempted check turns into a little pile up there between Basin and Pan. Attempted centering pass, hits the Pirate. Second opportunity outside the left circle. To the left point. Rister in a crowd looking for a redirect, goes wide of Guadagnino. Poked forward, trying to poke it to himself was Lauren, but it ends up going too high over the glass. And we'll get a stoppage. Seton Hall is scheduled to host Stockton on the 11th. That is their next scheduled contest. And then on the 17th, they will be at Scranton. That's a big hit behind the play. No penalty, but a helmet came off. And that got a stoppage of play here. As Jordan Sprung lost his lid. Looked like a good clean hit there. I believe that was Donnellan that caught him. And I believe it did something to his, either his mask or his chin strap, but he had to come off the ice at the 5-minute mark here. Drexel controlling deep in their own zone. Gets it to the blue line. Hammers it to the neutral zone. Seton Hall loses it. Little grab there. A little takedown as well from Bellotti. No call. Josh Search back to get it deep in his own zone. Comes around to Walsh. Walsh holds. Back over to Search. Search will fire it in deep around Guadagnino, and now a whistle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 7 players on the ice for Drexel. I don't think that's allowed. Saw 7, now I saw 6. Now what's going on? Thought they had too many men on the ice. I saw 7 at one point. Now I don't see a penalty. I don't know, Kevin, my eyes going faster than I thought? I looked down, I saw 7 pink shirts. Thought they had too many men on the ice. Thought we were going to have a penalty. Then all of a sudden we had something else. What that was, I don't know. No icing on the play. Play allowed to continue. We have 4 minutes left to go here in our contest. Ullman sends it rink wide. Williams had to retreat to get it. Sent it in where Mendham looked to clear back where it came from. The Hall able to slow it up. Loose puck shot, just trying to fire one from the blue line. Was Lazaro. That one turned aside by Wiles. 14th shot of the period for Seton Hall. Boy, a hook looking for a penalty, none coming. Boy, the last guy that had a hatchet job that bad was George Washington. There's a shot coming in on Wiles will be gloved and hung on to. I don't know what Ullman's trying to prove here right now. But he just crashed down on a Drexel stick and then just absolutely hooked the man down, and now the officials didn't even call it. Sent in deep with 3 minutes left. Good poke at the neutral zone. Ends up onside here. Hustling to get it will be Edwards Jr. Stealing it away and getting a shot up high and getting knocked down for his trouble. I believe that's Lauren, as he stole it away from Held on a good individual effort there from Matthew Lauren. Staten Island, New York product. In the corner, trying to get his Held. He'll send it around. Hammered out of the zone, trying to keep it. Drexel will finally hustle and get it as Walsh has it. Kicking it back into his own zone is Basin. And Drexel will, well, don't want to get too lazy here with 2:14 left. You already know you got the game in the bag, but now you're playing for your goaltender. And for those of you that, because now we have a whistle, now we have a penalty. And we got a trip. Interesting time to call one here. So it will come at 17:59. Boy, with some of the other stuff that's been going on, interesting time to actually get a tripping call. And they will get Stephen Basin, Gloucester, New Jersey native. Face-off won by Seton Hall. Oh, stolen away. This is going to be a breakaway if you have enough speed. This will be Aiden Barrett. Aiden Barrett in on goal. Shot! That went high. Good little harassment there from Ullman, just enough. And now trying to throw a check in. Who are they going to get the penalty on? As Ullman tried to do something with, they're going to get the penalty here on Barrett as Ullman harassed him into that one. This is going to get touched up by Drexel. They're going to get an interference call here on Barrett. And he got suckered into that one by Ullman. I was going to say, if you're into jinxes, I didn't want to say it, but now I'm going to say it. Because at this point, you're trying to get a shutout for your goaltender here. And it's gone. And now the chirping continues from the guy that just bought a penalty for his team. Ullman the assist. Spinelli will get the goal. It'll come at 18:41. So both teams have scored on the power play here in this period. And unfortunately for Wiles, a sucker power play, a sucker penalty I should say, ended up turning into a 5-on-3 that probably cost him his shutout. This one sent the length. The power play is still on for another minute. 30 seconds left to go here in the contest. Over the line, Seton Hall. To the right point, across, high slot. Dropped off on a switch here for Lauren. Lauren shot, that one saved by Wiles, cleared off the porch and cleared out to the neutral zone. Race for the puck here. Trying to get to it is Lauren. Lauren can't win that race. Jones tried to get to it. He wanted the hat trick. He's not going to get it. The horn will sound before another shot will be taken, and that will do it. And that will be a final. 17 shots that period for Seton Hall. Game total 32. Just 9 shots in the period for Drexel. 40 for the game. But it was definitely a bigger disparagement of shots than that when you total everything in. Saves for the game. Guadagnino had a fantastic game, even though you see 5 goals. One was a penalty shot goal. That doesn't go against him. He had 36 saves. 8 in that final stanza. 16 for Wiles in the final frame. He had 31 overall. Both teams 1 for 1 on the power play. In the third, Seton Hall ended up 1 for 2. Drexel went 1 for 4. 12 faceoffs for Seton Hall. Game total 25. 12 more in the third for Drexel. Game total of 40. 2 goals in the third period, both for Jones. A power play one. He touched last, ended up off of a Seton Hall skate and ricocheted past Guadagnino. No fault of his. And then he gets tripped up on a breakaway and took the penalty shot and scored on that one. And then an unfortunate 5-on-3 situation for Drexel defensively. And hammering home the one-timer was Lucas Spinelli at the 18:41 mark to get the lone goal for Seton Hall here tonight, as they will fall to 1-2 in league play. Meanwhile, Drexel will go to 2-0. Again, Seton Hall's next contest will be in 6 days. And by the way, we hope that Nicholas Zumo is okay. He did not look too hot getting carried off the ice earlier after a nasty collision right in front of his defensive goal. We hope he is okay. 6 days from now, it will be Seton Hall hosting Stockton. And meanwhile, for Drexel, they will be off for 12 days. And they'll be right here again, and they will take on their, well, border neighbors. The border war with the University of Pennsylvania. It'll be the Quakers and the Dragons getting it on here at the Class of 1923 Arena. That'll do it for us here. For Kevin Conley and Daniela Schneider, I'm Daryl Dobus. Hubby, we had a good time following our broadcast, no matter which side of the aisle you were on. Again, our final, one last time in this Colonial States Collegiate Hockey Conference matchup, Drexel 5 and Seton Hall 1. You have been watching Colonial States Collegiate Hockey Conference action exclusively on YouTube and powered by SFBN.com. Have a great night, everybody.